When the black man and black woman is disconnected, something in the universe disconnects. And the universe is connected to the principles within the elements that is inside of our DNA. So when that happens, our DNA is changed. They are tampering with our DNA by keeping us apart. This shit is more spiritual than what we think. When a black man and a black woman is at war with each other, our star systems are at war with each other. And our star systems has a lot to do with the energetic field of what we can manifest amongst each other. So the magic is beyond what we see. They know that that black woman carries something in her chromosomes more dominantly than any other culture. And again, I'm not being racist. It's just facts if you just study science. And this is why they don't want black people heavily in science. They pushing our children towards sports. Because when you dealing with sports, it's a physical mastery. It's not a mental mastery. You got 3 levels. You got physical, mental, and spiritual. So when you tap in and master your mental, you're that closer to yourself spiritually. Sports, when you're mastering or trying to master or become better, or Michael Jordan in sports, all you're doing is mastering something that you are not. This ain't you. You're trying to master something that's not you. That's like going to get a vehicle and putting rims on it. It's just a car. That's not you. You get what I'm saying? As soon as you drive it off the lot, what does it do? It depreciates. So as soon as you get away from your spiritual self, you depreciating. You're trying to appreciate. In order to do that, you have to evolve and go to, not away from. That's why I said go inside. That's going to, not away from. You depreciate when you are trying to master things outside of yourself, because you really exist inside. The inside is the all. A lot of people look at me and be like, oh, he's against that woman because this is and that. And I'm not, man. Again, I come from a black woman who showed me abuse, who allowed me to see abuse from a black man. And I still don't hate that woman. So how can I hate a black woman? The reason people say, well, why don't you hate her? I can't hate her because I understand that she go through things. She was going through something. And in her human state, she couldn't defeat that. But deep down in her heart, I know who my mother is, naturally. And that's why I still love my mother. Because naturally I know that a black woman has something in her that reflects me. So to hate my mother, it would be to hate myself. I mean, that would be to hate my daughter. Think about it. I love my daughter. How can I hate a black woman? And I praise my daughter. I worship the ground that my daughter walk on. And I want my daughter to see this so she can see her value. She can see her standard. At the same time, I want her to know her power, though. Nurturing, healing, being sensitive to an element that can't be sensitive, because that element is more physical. And this is where the balance come in at. You get what I'm saying? So I praise my mother. I praise my daughter. I praise black women. Even the ones walking around in public that I get on with the bonnets. I praise them too, because I know who they are. You're not going to put a mask on my mothers and daughters, right? And then say that this is who they are. I know who putting the mask on them. It ain't them. They just don't know no better. Because the society that you created around them, right? You inserted chemicals, which is one of the 5 forms of energy, to control the consciousness of their soul. But one day they will be forced to release the souls of black women. And it's going to be an issue because certain things in the universe is going to shift. Certain things in the stars are going to go into retrograde. Certain black women is going to get pregnant, and they're going to alter the things that they've been trying to go against. The things that they've been trying to manifest, because they can only peek through what the black woman got in her DNA to see places that they can't go to, because upon death, they can only go through loops and come back here. And again, this is not racism. This is straight quantum physics. This is metaphysics. This is spirituality. This is what schools in Africa, and I ain't even talking about Africa, on other planets, were teaching before we came to Earth. So people may say, what is he talking about? Bro, do you think that we are the only people that exist in this whole universe of infinity? You can't even measure the universe. In the universe, you in the image and likeness of the universe. The darkness, the melanin, the melanocytes, the carbon. Melanin is the highest form of carbon, which you find in plants. Melanin has a voice that the birds listen to whenever weather is about to get chaotic. And at one time, our melanin would gear us toward these birds as being our meteorologists to tell us that this is about to happen. And we ain't need nobody from no damn weather station to tell us. The birds will tell us, look, the ancestors just reported in to tell us to tell y'all through this carbon or melanin that's running through your DNA that it's time for y'all to go. In 2 or 3 days, it's going to be a catastrophe. Or it's energy coming through this part of the world. Y'all need to start navigating through this way. Spiritual navigators. The birds were our spiritual navigators. Plants and trees will lean to certain directions to tell us which way to go.
When the leaves turn over, that means it's going to rain. So you the undercarriage.
Yeah. So the love of the universe is the love of who we are. But it's certain people that's allergic to our love. And they only benefit off of our chaos, our lower self, because this is how they were created, through a lower part of us. You get what I'm saying? And what we are looking at is our lower self going against us. It gets deeper. I mean, the Nation of Islam speak about this brown germ, this lower state that comes from a people who are the most ancient, you know. So black women are beautiful. I just want them to wake up, because again, I shed tears when I'm in public and I'm opening doors for them, and they looking at me like I'm crazy, or I say, how you doing, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy, but then I open a door for another woman of another culture, and they, you know, thank you, how you doing, thank you, and all this stuff. It don't feel right coming from them. It feel better coming from my woman, my mother, my daughter.